and Casey Parsons adopted Erica when she was just a few months old. They say that they believe that she went to live with her grandmother, but our affiliate WBTV says that grandmother died back in 2005. And that's a look at our crime files tonight, Ryan.
Oh, it's just such a mystery with that case. We're going to keep following it, though. And how about this? A teenage girl killed herself years after she was raped by a high school teacher. His sentence for the crime, 1 month in jail. And her mother is outraged.
My faith in the justice system is gone.
Plus, surveillance video catches 4 college guys inside a store that was supposed to be closed. No one around them at the time. And what was caught on tape surprised the whole town. We'll show you coming up.
Free isn't always good. But with Empire Today's big buy one, get 2 free sale, free is awesome. Buy 1 room of carpet with installation and get carpet for 2 rooms free.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
You could look into my eyes under the moonlight. The serious moonlight.
When you build a premium sedan like this, people notice. Presenting the all-new Cadenza from Kia.
Honey, we need to talk.
We do. I took the trash out.
I know, and thank you so much for that. I think we should get a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
Right now?
Whether you're new to Medicare or not, you may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. It's up to you to pay the difference. So think about an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, they help cover some of what Medicare doesn't pay and could really save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call now.
With a Medicare supplement plan, you'll be able to stay with your doctor.
Oh, you know, I love that guy.
These types of plans let you visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients, and there are no networks.
You do your push-ups today?
Prepare to be amazed.
Don't wait. Call today to request your free decision guide and find the AARP Medicare supplement plan to go the distance with you. Go long.
You won't find any anthills up here, but I just found some ants going from here to there. But by alternating these baits, I make sure that these guys are going nowhere. To catch a pest, you've got to think like a pest. Not just in any home, in your home.
Yeah. That escalated quickly. You're a lawyer. What do we do now?
We're both lawyers.
After 28 years of helping Americans with their mortgage needs, you could say Quicken Loans has been around the block a couple of times. We've also been around this block and these blocks. In fact, we've closed nearly 2 million loans for Americans on blocks in all 50 states. They improved their financial situation by calling Quicken Loans. Why haven't you? The rate today on a 30-year fixed mortgage is an amazingly low 4.5%. APR 4.54%. Refinancing with Quicken Loans to these super low rates can help keep more money in your pocket each month. With our innovative streamlined process, we close the majority of our loans in 30 days or less. And for 3 years in a row now, J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. Want to skip a mortgage payment? Enter the Quicken Loans Bring It Home sweepstakes at QLRacing.com.
Showbiz Tonight with AJ Hammer. HLN Tonight, 11 Eastern and Pacific.
Welcome back, everyone. So America's talking about these 4 guys who did the right thing when nobody was looking, and some slang words that got the official okay from the Oxford English Dictionary. So I want to welcome our guest, comedian and radio host, Carla from Las Vegas, and in Washington, HLN contributor and Hiram College professor Jason Johnson. Thanks for being with me, guys. All right, let's start with these 4 college football players. They're making their parents off the field very proud. These guys went into a store, it was called Buddy's, to get some school supplies, but no one was inside the store. They even sort of walked around to check to see if anyone was there. The workers were gone, and the store was supposed to be closed, but there was a security glitch, so it left the doors unlocked. And look what the guys did. They got the items they needed from the store, and then they left the money on the counter, including the tax. They're even waving there at the counter to show the security cameras that they are leaving the money. So when the owner of Buddy's found out what happened, they gave each of these guys a $50 gift certificate to the store. So I want to ask you guys, and Carla, let me start with you. You know, we hear about all these sports scandals, steroids, accusations of crimes. This was sort of a faith in humanity restored kind of a thing, do you think?
Absolutely. I think that somewhere these kids were taught well. They were taught very well. The fact that they went in there, they could have just left. They could have vandalized the place. No, they went in there, left some money. They are the reason, though, that parents are saying, yay, I'm glad kids are back to school now. But no, I think this is great. And I think more places, maybe an open door policy, people decide what they want to pay. I think it would work out fine, and I think this is proof.
Yeah, there's a place in Atlanta that's like pay what you want brunch. It's like, what are we back in 1950 here? You know, but Jason, I want to ask you, I think it's kind of strange that we're so impressed by people doing the right thing. Do you agree?
I agree. I mean, first and foremost, our stereotypes about athletes, I know this as a college professor, are terrible. Believe it or not, people who are usually involved in high school and college athletics they tend to be better students because they have to be disciplined and organize their time. But the other thing is this, I think it's an interesting statement about where we are in America. These guys are brave. Okay, we live in a post-Zimmerman world. That could have been a dangerous situation. And those guys walked into the store and did the right thing. And I applaud them for their honesty and their integrity, but that was a risky move on some levels. I don't think they realized that when they were waving at the camera.
Well, I think they wanted to say, hey, look, guys, we're here. We're leaving money just in case you're in the back and you're a little busy. We really need these school supplies. And, you know, the coach there said they haven't won a championship in 20 years, but this is actually better than a championship for that school. I bet that you can imagine. All right, let's move on to these couple of weird words that today became more than just slang. So the online version of the Oxford English Dictionary is considering including the word selfie. And in case you don't know, here's how they define it. A photograph that one has taken of oneself, typically one taken with a smartphone or webcam and uploaded to a social media website. Oh, you mean something like this? Like Ryan and I, we're big fans of the selfie here at Evening Express. I enjoy, you know, sometimes in the makeup room, I like to show how, you know, it can be, oh, Ryan, hey, looking serious there. What happened?
Where was that?
I don't know.
Oh, that wasn't a selfie, that was a surprise.
That's when I bought you ice cream.
Yeah, I love that one.
And, oh, you're taking a little, you're doing
Look
the
at me
open
on the
for
mic.
the show.
Yeah.
You're about to sing, oh. That's when you photobombed me when I was trying to. This is the busiest man in television. He wouldn't even stop to take a shot with me. We do enjoy the selfie.
I was running out.
I know, you're a busy guy. So this online dictionary is considering about 1,000 words that might make it into the paper version one day. They're also thinking about adding twerking. And mom and dad, in case you're watching at home and you don't know what that is, here's an explanation from HLN's spoken word expert. He's new to the show, Morgan Freeman.
The word twerking has now been added to the Oxford Dictionary. Here's the definition they gave: to dance to popular music in a sexually provocative manner, involving thrusting hip movements and a low squatting stance. The BBC reports selfie and girl crush were also added.
That was mean. Who added that story for Morgan Freeman to have to read?
I'm sorry, but if Morgan Freeman could just do every single show we have, I would be a happy lady. Morgan Freeman had some fun with Rob and me today. That was on Morning Express. All right, Carla Ray. I don't know about you, but I think it's a generational thing. Because I think there are a lot of people that have absolutely no idea what selfie and twerking mean. Actually, one of our producers who would be of age didn't even know what twerking was until the VMAs. So what do you think about these slang terms being added to the dictionary?
You know what? First of all, you know what? I was over here when you guys were off camera, just showing my cameraman Robert what twerking was, and poor thing needs a drink right now. But listen, it's twerking. First of all, every parent now knows what their freshman daughter is doing the first week of college, because that's what they're doing. Okay,
ladies,
what they're doing.
That. Have some self-respect.
Yes. Well, you got to get into the sorority, don't you, Lynn? But no. But also, if you think back, you know, to our parents and grandparents' generation, I guess we could still be saying fiddlesticks and calling those guys, you know, hooligans. But things change. So
right. We think it's the bee's knees that they're adding it to the students.
Yes, and listen, I got to say, I don't do, though I like your selfies. You guys had some fun ones. I don't do selfies because Lynn, I think you know the camera adds about 40 pounds. So I stay away from selfies.
Is that a suggestion? Hey, Lynn, you know.
I say, you know, Lynn, I stay away from them.
I'm going to try and not take that personally.
No, you look great. That's me, honey.
Jason,
that is me.
Jason Johnson, I want to go to you because you've got these students who are using these, and it makes us feel so old that we're like, you know, those kids these days, they're using this vocabulary. But you as a professor, are you like, this is sort of diminishing sort of our language as a whole that we're adding this to the dictionary?
I think it's great because I think everybody on this panel remembers these words, they just change, but they mean the same thing. When we were in college, it was called grinding. Same thing. It was MTV's Grind. We remember that. So it's just a different word for the same kind of inappropriate activity that you didn't want your parents to find out about. You know, and I think selfies, I think it's actually a good thing. I mean, who wants a stodgy old dictionary that has words that your parents used to use? So it's going to be selfie, it's going to be Facebooking, it's going to be whatever new word comes down the list. And in another 10 years, there will be another whole selection of words that my students will think are really weird. So I think it's progress. We're supposed to be changing our vocabulary.
I speak in hashtags sometimes, so, you know, it's all relative. I do. All right, you guys, thanks so much. Ryan?
Lynn, let's show that selfie again of your hair.
Why not? But yeah,
I want to see that one again.
This does not happen easily. The camera also, no, the one where I'm in the makeup room. Okay, we got to go through some of them.
Oh, there it is.
So they say
is that you in the 80s?
They say the camera adds 10 pounds. I'm hoping it's 10 pounds of hair. That's all I'm hoping.
Really?
Fingers
crossed. See, we see you right there, but now we know the real you. How about that?
Underneath here, there are like 16 elves just teasing my hair. You have no idea. You have no idea. See? Look at it.
All right, all right. Well, folks, let me take you back to the trial we've been following closely here on Evening Express, and it's a tough one. The prosecution is rested. Now the defense is fighting to save a teenager accused in a baby boy's murder. But will the tearful testimony from the victim's sister sway the jury? Hear why she says she called police after talking to her mom about her baby brother's murder.
I mean, I haven't actually lost any weight, but I feel skinnier, you know?
Not really.
Your friend's a rate sucker. Her bad driving makes car insurance more expensive for the rest of us. Try Snapshot from Progressive. Snap it in and get a discount based on your good driving.
Stop paying for rate suckers. Try Snapshot free at Progressive.com.
Every month, thousands of people are switching